Those winds are picking up here in Morgan City. We are at the top of the hour, 4:01 here on Wednesday afternoon. I'm Storm Track 15 meteorologist Adam Olivier. If you're tuning in on the radio right now, on our 7 Delta media stations that we're on, also Big 102, we are tracking Hurricane Francine on approach to land. It is not that far away. We are probably within an hour, give or take 15 minutes here, an hour and 15 minutes, that we'll be seeing landfall actually occurring here somewhere around Terrebonne Parish. The heaviest, strongest storms are now coming into Morgan City as we speak. This is now a Category 2 hurricane with 100-mile-an-hour winds. Why did we see Francine ramp up here? Well, there's this thing called coastal convergence, and you have to imagine offshore, the winds are free to flow as much as they want. The water acts as glass. There's no frictional forces for them to slow down. But when you get these showers and storms on land and they start getting those frictional forces, it helps to build up those storms through the atmosphere and actually gave Francine a little bit of a boost. Hurricane hunters flying through the center of Francine found those winds to have increased, also found that Francine has taken a northerly jog. And remember, we kept saying these wobbles back and forth, back and forth. That's what we'd have to watch for to see what the impacts are across Acadiana. We are starting to get some stronger winds. Lafayette above 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts now. Morgan City, the last time I checked, we had about a 50-mile-an-hour wind gust, but Eugene Island, which sits, this is the Atchafalaya Delta right here. Eugene Island sits right where my finger is there. 99-mile-an-hour wind gust in the eye wall. So we are seeing those very intense winds here coming into play as Francine makes its way onshore. The back edge of this eye wall actually getting closer to Marsh Island and West Cote Blanche Bay, up towards, it could extend all the way to Franklin. Now we have 2 crews in St. Mary Parish. You saw from Dracar Francois the conditions going downhill there in Morgan City, but Storm Track 15 meteorologist Michael Crawley is up here in Franklin. He was also getting some stronger winds there too as the eye wall starts to work its way on back to the west. Also, flash flood warning for St. Mary Parish because of the intense rainfall rates that have been falling with this band. Now, a little bit closer, I just want to show you, yes, the actual eye of Francine has crossed portions of coastal Louisiana. That does not indicate landfall. Landfall is when the centermost part of the storm, the lowest pressure, crosses land. That's when we will officially have landfall. That is still about an hour away from happening. Right about 5 p.m. We'll likely see that, maybe a little after that. But the eye is starting to creep onshore. That heavy rain is lined up right along Highway 90, stretching from Houma. If you have friends in Houma, Schriever, Thibodaux, they're going to get rocked by this. All the way along 90 here into Amelia and Morgan City, Berwick, Patterson, Calumet, over into Garden City, Franklin, and Baldwin. This is going to be the areas. I don't want to forget about you in Stevensville either. You all will see some very strong winds coming your way within the next 30 minutes or so, possibly gusting at times over 100 miles an hour. So some very intense rain and wind now approaching Morgan City from the south. Now, you know, this is the Atchafalaya that runs through Morgan City right about in here, and you got the bridges there that cross over through downtown into Berwick. Morgan City is surrounded by flood walls. They have the levees there. Those are all closed, so we're not concerned about overtopping of storm surge with this, but certainly some very damaging winds coming into play and freshwater flooding from the intense rainfall rates that is occurring there and also towards Franklin. So again, just to recap, if you're just joining us on TV, on our apps, streaming, on the radio at Delta Media Studios, as well as on Big 102, we are following a Category 2 hurricane, Francine. It strengthened right before landfall here, and it will be making landfall within the next, hour or so. And we'll continue to update you on that here going forward. But now we have to send things over to Taylor and Lauren.